Good morning, beloved. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Whenever it is that you are watching the broadcast, hello, hello, hello. It is so wonderful to be able to connect with you, to be able to say hi, hello, how do you do? What is happening in your world? What you be up to? What do you be up to? And all of that good stuff. So, cord in my way. It's a cord in my way. It's a cord that was in my way. Not anymore. Not anymore. So, how are you? Good morning. Good morning. For those of you who are live, yes, yes, yes. Let's play. For those of you who will hashtag it and replay it. I love it. I love it. I love it. For those who will be on, I don't know you on. I might not never know you on. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. You are the stuff. Do what you do. It works for you. Good morning, Brian. Love and hugs to you, sister. Twanda. Hey, sis. Hey, hey, hey. Sherry Naylor. Welcome, my dear. So good to have you this morning. This morning. Welcome, 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 everyone. It's good to have you in the room, getting off out the gate, getting started, and all of that wonderful, wonderful, wonderful good stuff. Yep. So we doing what we do, right? I love what we do. I love how we do it. I love who we do it with. I'm just saying, we got to. We got to love what we love. Judith is in the house. We got to love what we love. Juman Barman is watching. Hey, Juman. Thanks for watching and welcome. Welcome to our conversation. Our goal is to have life giving conversations all the time, right? That we can walk away from our time together better, that we can walk away improved, increased, expanded, becoming more, more, and more. I love it. Judith, thanks for the share. You share every time. I appreciate you. I appreciate you for sharing. I don't think I've ever recognized that before. I appreciate you. I really do. I don't want to take anything for granted. Nothing. Because you don't have to be on. You don't have to share. You don't have to like. You don't have to do none of those things. But you do. So I thank you. I appreciate you so much, dear. So what are we doing here? What are we doing? 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 I had a good night's sleep. How about you? I had a great night's. Well, eventually it was. It was eventually. Um, when I got to sleep, it was good. Let me put it like that. Put it like that. When I got to sleep, it was good. So today we're talking about this notion of confusion. It's a sexy excuse for staying stuck. It's a sexy excuse for staying stuck. Confusion is. Right? It's a sexy. Letitia Wright is in the house. Hey, Tisha. Hey, hey, hey. Letitia is in the house. Um, calendar, darn it. Yeah. And so, links are coming. I'm thinking. So, anyway, confusion is a sexy excuse for staying stuck. It's a sexy excuse for staying stuck. I'm confused. I don't know what to do. I don't know where to go. I don't know who to talk to. I don't know who I am. Who am I? Being a little facetious there. But for real, it's a sexy excuse. And any excuse that we say we'll do, all it takes is one. It doesn't have to be really valid or anything like that. It just takes one. That's all. Oh, thank you. Yeah, it really does just take one to stop us from being in motion, to stop us from moving. That's all. It just takes one. So I want to invite you. I want to invite you to check out what it is that you're saying to yourself, how you're justifying not moving. How are you justifying staying where you are? How are you justifying getting the same results today that you got this time last year? How are you justifying being stuck, if you will, being complacent? Now, I'm just saying, we are living organisms, and every living organism is intended to grow, to change. Do you know how for a lot of my life, I was offended at people. You changed. You're not the same. I was offended. What do you mean I'm not the same? I'm the same person I've always been. I should have been offended at my response, not at their statement. I should have been offended at my response. What do you mean you the same person you've always been? Well, what the heck are you doing with the breath that you breathe? What the heck are you doing with the time that you get? What the heck are you doing with the lessons that are available to you? Because clearly you're not using them to your benefit because you're the same person that you was last year. Because you're the one who said it in your defense of you changed. So I'm just coming here today to say to you, if somebody say to you, you changed and you offended, I need you to stop and think about what you offended at. And moving forward, I'm inviting you to say, thank you for noticing, because I'm trying to change. Thank you for noticing, because I don't want to be who I was last time. Thank you for noticing, because I intend to be somebody different in 2 weeks. How about that? Usually it's hurled at us as an offense that we have moved on, that we're not doing what we used to do. Thank you for the recognition of my efforts, because it is intentional. I'm just saying, y'all, I had to learn and grow that. I used to be so offended when somebody said she's changed. She ain't who she used to be. I would defend that with everything within me. Ain't that something? We would defend our limitation. I was defending my stuckness. I was defending my smallness. I was defending the fact that I wasn't capitalizing on everything that my papa had given me. I was defending the fact, right? I was defending, saying I did not. Now I think I'd be offended if somebody say, you the same person you always be. I am not her. Right? So either way, it's not a compliment to be the same. The compliment is the growth, change, development. What is my? That's the compliment. I'm just saying. If you didn't know, now you know it. If you didn't know, beloved, now you know. The compliment is in. Good morning, cousin. Much love to you too, honey. Much love to you too. Yep, much love, much love to you. So, so I want to invite us to this notion of confusion. It is a sexy excuse to stay stuck. It is a sexy excuse to stay stuck. Confusion is. It's a sexy excuse to stay stuck. I'm confused. All right. How can we get clarity? What are you confused about? How long have you been confused? What direction would you like to go in? What direction would you like to go in? What's calling you to greater? What do you love to do? What is giving you your most joy in life? Who do you want to be? What is your intention? When do you feel most fulfilled? What brings a smile to your face and a roar in your belly? You confused. Answer some of those questions. You'll start to get some clarity about. Hello, Portia. Thank you for watching. You'll start to get some clarity about this thing called life, intention, and purpose, and your unique way of being and showing up. Look, when we do what makes our soul sing, there's no confusion in that. There's no confusion in that. Unless you've bought into something where somebody has told you you're not supposed to do what makes you happy, that you're supposed to, you ought to, you should be doing that which makes you cringe. Ugh. I don't want to do what makes me cringe. I just don't want to. I just don't want to do what makes me cringe. Cause I like laughing. I like having fun. I like enjoying myself. I love being with me, right? I just love and appreciate who I am, how I am, why I am, all of the good stuff. And so confusion, y'all know I talk about this a lot. 2020, half of 2020 and all of 2021, I was confused. Half of 2020 and all of 2021, I was confused. I'm trying to remember when I started to come out of that thing. When did I start to come out of my confusion? Because when I tell you this sister right here was confused, she was confused. I didn't know. I didn't know what worked. I didn't know what didn't work. I didn't know. And I wasn't trusting my feelings, which is someplace I rarely find myself, but I had a lot of fear going on, and fear was disrupting my natural abilities to assess, to pay attention, it was just disrupting my natural ways. Fear was. So once I settled in myself and I discovered that the thing that I was engaged in, I just didn't really like it. It wasn't that I was so much afraid of it, although I did have fear. I just really didn't like it, y'all. And once I got clarity on that, I was free to do the thing that worked for me, the way it worked for me. Now, I didn't know what it looked like. And I'm still redefining it. I'm still discovering it. I'm still uncovering it. I'm still unlocking it. I'm still making it work. But I'm happy that I'll take happy over. Look, I'll go do a whole bunch of other stuff until I can figure out what as a matter of fact, I did. I did DoorDash. And when I tell you, because I wasn't sure what I wanted to do. I needed to still have some funds coming in. Girl, guy, y'all. I went and did some DoorDash. And it was one of the most, it was wild, crazy, an unbelievable experiences. It was joyful. I don't think it was frustrating for me at all. I don't think I experienced frustration because it was new. It was novelty. And it was my choice. That's the huge part. Like it was my choice. Because I could have, look, I got 5 degrees. 5. I'm just telling you, in case you didn't know, now you know it. I got 5. And lots of leadership experience. Lots of experience. I could have gone into anybody's mental health clinic. I could have, opened up my own private practice, expanded it, because I've had a private practice since 2011, I believe it was. And I could have expanded on that, start accepting people. I could have done, I didn't want to do none of that, none of it. And I wasn't clear. So this is the thing I'm saying to you. I wasn't clear on what I wanted to do. Oh, let me tell you about DoorDash. I DoorDashed in every state that I went to. I made it my own. When I tell you I made it my own, every state, everywhere I vacationed, I DoorDashed. There's an island we go to yearly in New Jersey off the shore. And I've been on that island, I think 2-3 times, but I never learned the island like I learned it when I DoorDashed the island. I got to see in Michigan, in the Southeast Michigan area, I got to see places I didn't know exist. Look, when y'all get into a smaller circle, I'll tell you some of the things that I did, because I can't tell you in a big circle. But in a smaller, more intimate circle, LT, I'm going to tell y'all what some of the things I did. So hello, Ray. Welcome. So, but it was delightful. So I'm going to tell you one experience that I had. This was me experimenting. Sometimes when you feel stuck and you're confused, just start experimenting with life. DoorDash was an experiment. And so I'm going to tell you one thing I did. So I was delivering. This is what really turned it for me. I was delivering in Plymouth, quaint little town. that I had never really got a chance to go through. Quaint little town, was delivering in Plymouth. And I got what I knew was a child's McDonald's breakfast order. It was for children. I walked up on this beautifully well-kept porch, and there were two little pink faces painted at the window, like looking with anticipated eyes, wide-eyed, looking right, waiting on their breakfast. So I go up on the porch. Before I can get to the door opens, and it's this little girl. She looks like she's about 7, 6, 8 at the most. And then she had a little sister who looked like she's about 4. And she opened the door. We don't do that. And I gave her the bags. And I say, honey, go on in and close. She would say, no, she walked in and she said, I love your shirt. I said, thank you, dear. Thank you. Now you get back in the house. She went back in the house. They went back to the window to see me. In that moment, it changed for me. Because I don't know why these two little girls opened the door, why they were waiting on DoorDash. Were they home alone and someone had phoned in a DoorDash? Was someone in there who was sick, who couldn't, and they did a DoorDash? Was somebody just negligent? I don't know. But all I know is these two little precious souls were waiting eagerly on their breakfast. She was so delightful. She loved my shirt. She thanked me for bringing her breakfast. She was taking care of her little sister. I said, get back in there. From that point on, I prayed for every person who I adored. Oh, because then what happened later is there was an older Black woman who was elegant, and she was elegant, and she was, I forget the word that I had used to describe, because I've told this story a few times, exquisite. And just very, very, demure. And she came to the door and she said, oh, I don't know why they sent so much food over here. And in that moment, I just sensed that she had lost her partner. She had lost her husband of many, many years. And this was somebody sending her, we do a pan of chicken. Y'all know them silver pans with the foil on the top. And you know the smell of chicken no matter what, right? And I was vegan at the time. The chicken smell was doing a number on me. But anyway, I was like, it was reiterated, pray. You don't ever know who needs what, who's getting what, pray. So anyway, that became a mission for me. It became a mission. I was doing it while I was doing it. And then, then it got cold. And I was like, I'm not doing this no more. This ain't fun no more. I'm done with DoorDash. But I love my experience. The experience was look, you get to decide what your experience is like. You get to decide why you're doing what you're doing. You get to decide what door you go into and what you get to decide. You get to decide. So beloved, I'm just saying. And so what that did, that DoorDash, see, I needed to do something that was mindless. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't mean to say it in that way. But that didn't require me to use my mind in the way I typically use it. I needed this to do something that was mindless for me. And for me, looking at an app, following what the app says, driving, I love to drive, going in, figuring out systems, looking to see if people's systems are efficient and effective, making my little judgment in that way. All of that was feeding me, right? And I was getting some cash on top of it. And learning places in my area that I didn't even know exist, getting access to places that I usually wouldn't have access to, because you got to have gate codes to get into some places, right? These nice little places that So anyway, it was delightful. But it was delightful because I was delightful. Because I promise you, some other people who had those experiences didn't experience it as delightful, because they were not delightful. I'm just saying. Praying for children that don't know the potential dangers they face. Absolutely, sis. Thank you. So I also want to always remind us of, right? I always want to remind us of joining the movement, joining the love movement. One of the reasons I'm able to be delightful is because I engage love. That love is my life, and I am, positioned for love all the time. So join the movement, beloved. I invite you to join the movement. And here you go. By going to drcatherineejames.com right? Go to drkatherinejames.com. Click on More Love, Please. You can do both of them. Join the mailing list. That way, when I send things out, you'll get them. And More Love, Please, click on there. Oh, I see. I'm supposed to be clicking. Click on it, and then you will be taken to be shown how to be in action. So let's make sure that we are in action. And then click on the $13 a month or the $150. You could do either one, right? If you do either one, and you could do both. You'll have to come do it twice, but you could do both. You know what? I think we have to check this in order to do both too. I think we need to create a new one of these. I just thought about that. For PayPal, I didn't mean to do that. It's going to ask you for a PayPal, what am I saying? Address. You don't want to, if you don't have a PayPal address, I did that, so I'm all confused here. If you don't have a PayPal address, it's okay. You can still do it without PayPal, right? You can still do it. Use your own email address. So if you will notice that, if you saw that, you'll notice that one had an email address that was not PayPal. So you don't have to have a PayPal email address, okay? All right, beloved. At the moment that Abba gave us our breath, me and you, we forfeited, we relinquished, we gave up the right to not be amazing. You and I, we do not have the right to not be amazing. I love you. Have a phenomenal day. I will see you tomorrow. Actually, I'll see you a little bit later. You'll see. For those of you who know, you know. And if you don't know, pay attention to your notices. See you soon. Bye-bye.